Hi, this is Stephanie from PsychNexus. I'm going to be showing you how REMDR works today. Now that we've successfully logged into REMDR and we have managed to save our password and we've bookmarked the app here, we can get a feel for the controls. The first thing we will see is this black screen with a green dot. Some people are getting a little bit confused when they first come into REMDR as there is no control panel on the screen. REMDR is controlled entirely through keyboard shortcuts. You will see here that I have an on-screen keyboard brought up so that you can see the keys that I'm pressing on my keyboard on the screen in the video. So the first thing you'll do when you start a new session is go and highlight this client link along the top. Once copied, this individual client link that is unique to each session will be sent to the client via the video conferencing platform that you are using. They will then open this link in a new internet browser on their end and they will be able to view this in real time. Once we've copied and sent that client link to the client, then we can get started. All of these controls are brought up using the question mark key, so you'll see if I hit shift and the question mark key, I will bring up this help menu. So this has all of the different keyboard shortcuts that you have available to you, and you can bring these up at any time. You will also have this on page 9 of your user guide, and also a graphic on page 10 is able to be printed out, and this can be kept nearby for quick access at all times. Press question mark again to close the menu. The REMDR software is 100% customizable to suit all client and therapist needs. The first thing we're going to do is have a look at the measurements, so we'll do that by hitting the M key. You'll see these measurements come up in the top left hand corner. These measurements show the direction or trajectory, the speed, the screen size, and then it will show you whether vibration is on or off and whether sound is on or off. To start and stop movements, we want to press the spacebar key. It's also important to make sure that you have clicked on the background of the REMDR window and that it is active. So we'll see here that this is going quite slow. This is the first speed. We can then increase the speed by going up the numbers on our keyboard. So if we have a look here, this hertz rate shows the speed. So going up the keyboard, we have number 2, which is 0.3, number 3, which is 0.45. All of these are outlined in that user guide that you will have been sent in that first email. And then if we go all the way up, 4, 5, 6, all the way up to 0, which is actually 10, which is the fastest rate that we have. It's very fast. Most people work between a 3 or a 5 normally. So I'm just going to set that to a 3, and you'll see here that that's 0.45 hertz. Now we can have a look at the different trajectories. So again, pressing spacebar, you'll see that the default trajectory is horizontal. We can also get horizontal by pressing the H key. Then we can have a look at vertical. So if we hold shift and press V, we'll get up and down vertical. Then we have diagonal. So if I press D, we'll go top left to bottom right. And then if we want to go the other way, shift D goes bottom left to top right. The next trajectory we'd like to have a look at is the infinity. So we press the I key. So this is the full screen infinity, which uses the whole height of the screen. And then shift I is a different infinity that is a little bit shorter in height. Finally, we have the circular. So this goes clockwise if you just press C. And then if you press shift C, it will go anti-clockwise. Note that all of these trajectories have changed in this measurements bar, so you will always know what trajectory you have set. Next, we'll take a look at the colors available in REMDR, and again, are just as simple as pressing that one key on your keyboard. So the R key will turn it red, the B key will turn it blue, the G key will turn it green, and obviously green is the default color, Y is yellow, O is orange, V is violet or purple, P is pink, and W is white. Finally, in the simple controls, I will show you how to change the size of the ball. To adjust the ball size, we simply use holding down Alt and then the keys along the top like you would to increase the speed, to increase the size of the ball. As you'll see here, if I press Alt 2, and then again 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 0 for 10. That's as big as it will get. And the default setting of the smallest size, again, is Alt-1. The next thing we see in these measurements are vibration on or off and sound on or off. So vibration is automatically set to on, as it is only going to work if your client has a controller connected to their computer and they have opened this client link in the Google Chrome browser. We can turn that on or off using the X key. So if I hit X, you'll see that this goes on. If I hit X again, it'll go to off. Now we will have a look at the audio options in REMDR. So using the Z or Z key, you can turn on the sound option. Now that this sound option is turned on, when we hit spacebar, we will hear the clicks audio that is default. And so when your client is wearing headphones, it will click from one ear to the other in time with the visual BLS. So REMDR then has the ability to control whether you want to use that click, a different click, or if you want to use a panning audio track. In order to do this, we need to change the settings by clicking the question mark to bring up the help menu again. Once we have this help menu open again, we can click the tab along the top here that says settings. Okay, so now we've brought up this menu, we have the settings open. We go to audio mode. If we click these little arrows here next to the drop down box, we can choose between the clicks or the panning music. So we have the option to change that over, and because the sound is off, it will be silent for the moment, but when we go back in and start the sound again, it will start playing from side to side. So the other exciting thing we do have a different type of click as well, which you can have a play with once you're in REMDR and find out which you prefer. We also have 12 different tracks for music. So I'm just going to choose this random one, London Rain. We also then have the slider here. So you can turn the volume all the way down to the left and all the way up to the right, but this is a pretty comfortable medium. So then what we want to do is we just click close, and now when I hit the Z key or Z, you will hear this music start. So then I'm going to hit Z again and then it will stop. So we have all 12 of those tracks available to everyone, and you can have a listen to the different ones and find out which you like. At the moment, a really important thing to note is every time you do create a new session ID, any changes you've made to the audio settings will now be reset to their default. So now that I've got a new session open, I'll show you. Now when we go into the settings, those settings are automatically set back to the clicks that we had before, and the panning track is automatically set to ambient cinematic.